we noticed that the weather from like the heat, New England heat, it's been getting hotter, so the flowers dry out, and then we get thunderstorms and stuff like that, and the rain is washing out all the nectar from the flowers, so the bees don't have the pollen and nectar that they need to feed their brood, and also all the extra that the bees produce we get. But I noticed this year even some of the beekeepers call us to find out what's going on, and we've been up to a pumpkin patch that we have bees on, and we noticed some of the blooms, the male would stick up, and some of the honeybees are in it, but they're dead because it seems like they're drowning from the thunderstorms we have, and the females are on the side so they can pollinate and make pumpkins.
So you're basically, when it's too hot, too dry, there's not enough nectar for the bees, and then suddenly you get inundated with more rainstorms, and they can't do their business either.
That's right. And then the New England area, we need to leave 80 to 120 pounds of honey just for the bees to produce over the winter. If not, then they'll starve. We have to feed them. Wow. You know, because like down south and stuff like that, climate's a little better for them, so they have a little more time for build up their colonies.
So what percent of bee losses are you seeing in recent years?
I've known that some of the bee keepers that I know that raise hundreds of hives, and some have lost like 35 hives out of 100.
Wow.
This spring we lost 7. We run about 50, and so every year it's getting worse and worse. And I think the chemicals are hurting us. You know, the climate is hurting us. So, and
pesticides have been kind of condemned as partly responsible for the collapse of bees. Is that
that's helping the collapse of bees? But we have a problem more with right now. We have to treat twice a year now for varroa mite, trichomite mite. Not as much as trichomite mite, but varroa mite is getting worse and worse every year, and then we end up with collapse. And then now there's a fungus coming out now.
Why are these new organisms suddenly? These didn't used to be in the area? Are they?
No, years ago, 20 years ago, you used to put your hives out in the field and come back in September and take your honey off.
It was that simple?
That was simple. Okay. Now the new beekeeper today has to treat it, take care of it, and now a new beekeeper, if he lasts 3 years, you're lucky.
Wow, is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so they spend all that money, and then they don't want to do it because they lose their bees. So have some diehards.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your work. So new pests are making their way into New England area.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. More and more every year. That's even like the Africanized bees down
southwest.
Yeah. They said they'd never make the Rockies, but they have. They live about 90 days. Honeybees live about 120 days, so we survive the winter here. But some days they will get used to the length.
Well, you know, we appreciate what you're doing. I've heard a lot about, you know, bee issues lately, as you know, climate's changing a bit. Pesticide use is, you know, increasing, especially these newer pesticides. And I know life's getting difficult as a beekeeper, but thanks for what you're doing. And we just want to share what you know, businesses like yourselves are going through with changing climate and the increased use of neonicotinoids.
Yeah, I love to teach about bees. I enjoy it.
Well, we'll keep in touch. Thanks.
All right, thank you
so much.